Hi, it's Kieran. I'm back again. I'm sorry I had to abandon you there. Quite a few things happened, plus I ran out of battery. So what I'm just going to do is do a bit of finishing off and chat as we go along, just to round up the workshop. So bear with me. I'm just going to change the position of the camera. You should be able to see the desk now. I'm just looking at one of my postcards here that I think needs a little bit of extra work to it. Sometimes it's really good to leave things up for a while and then walk away and have a look at them. I'm not too worried on this one where the edges are. I'm thinking of actually copying this and getting it printed onto fabric, as it is a kimono. You can do that quite easily, but that's really for another workshop. So this is just to show you, sometimes when you've finished, you might want to go back and just do some finishing touches, and that's entirely up to you. Rubber stamps are great, but what's even better is mixing them and being really creative with magazines. And like I said, at the moment, at this time of year, there are some fantastic images out there. I don't know, don't worry too much about obscuring where your stamp is going. There we go. Just giving this a little bit of a frame almost. I'm going to cut this here. There we go. And just, I think the more you do this, the more you realise what does and doesn't work. I've had some howlers where I've printed completely things back to front, and sometimes I've liked the pictures too much that I think, oh, I'm not actually going to send that to anybody. So that is also something. But my benchmark is only ever buy a present for somebody if you're really loath to part with it, because then it shows it's something that you really, really do like, and that's part of the nice thing about giving something. So with these cards, if you make one that you really like, don't worry about keeping it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm just going to leave this one to dry. Finding a place to dry things, you know, it can be difficult. Even I sometimes will work in the bathroom because that's a really good space during the day. First thing in the morning it can be a little bit damp, but there's usually good hanging space there, so I sometimes will wig up a little washing line there. I've run a hat workshop from the bathroom once because the acoustics were really good. So I'm just finishing off this card here. Again, this is the geisha girl, or the girl wearing her kimono, that I've decided to embellish slightly more than normal. And I'm just folding over a bit of card there to almost give it its own little frame. And I've missed a tiny bit of blue here, so I'm just going to... I think a frame can really just do something so simple, but that can be really, really effective. It's always nice to work within a frame as well. It's what I find with this, I'm a bit scared of actual drawing and painting, about committing something to paper, but with this you can really... What you can do as well is go much bigger and make much bigger pictures. I think I better stop now. This was only just meant to be a quick roundup, but as usual I've got slightly carried away. So there we go. We've come into the end of our workshop now. In your pack you can make about 5 postcards and 2 greetings cards. So that's that finished, and I quite like the fact it's like that on the back. What I might do is place a new fresh postcard on the back. So I'm actually going to put that on my little washing line in a moment. Just going to run through all the cards again so you can see the different types. Here we go. That's nice and dry, nice and robust, so that can go off in the post soon. This is going to my pal. This is a new one that's, whoops, going to another friend. Again, just showing there is a bit of a theme that runs through mine. There's a lot of blue, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of red. Perhaps that says more about me, but it might just be the selection of things I had. This one I'm going to deliver downstairs shortly. And here's my one with the fabric, but since making that I've thought, oh, do you know what I'd rather have done? Would have sewn with some lovely red embroidery cotton, put a line across and then do that. But again, I can go back to that. And here's my experiment using some vintage denim and doing a little illustration on the back. So I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to write. You've got your pack, you've got your glue, you've got your materials, you've got your bits of text. Do look at tissues and napkins. Also in your pack I've included little bits and pieces from vintage books. These are lovely to cut into shapes. Teardrop shapes are really nice. I gave you a template where you can cut a circle or a half circle or a quarter circle. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you have a good summer. I hope you write lots of postcards and make lots of postcards. You might even want to put them in a scrapbook. The effect of using cutouts from magazines is called scrapbooking, or découpage is the French word, which means cutting out and sticking bits on. And people used to cover hat boxes and trunks with decoupage to decorate them. But I think, you know, you can get lovely effects covering a book. So great shops to get things from would be the Paperchase sale, Avoca sale, any stationers where they're selling off materials, but also have a look online. Don't spend too much money on your materials, and a rubber stamp of that size. If you can't make one, you could actually draw one. So I'm just going to move the camera up, having dropped it, and I'm going to sign off and say it's been lovely working with you. Bye.